Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's week 8 and we've got 9 miles today and it's just at 7 o'clock. You can't really tell that it's as early as it is. It's really not that early, but we are going to answer some #MyRun questions on this long run today. So before we get to the questions, I'll talk about what I've done this week. Monday I did 800-meter repeats at 5K race pace. That's off my 5K plan. I'm sorry I'm walking up a hill. I'm already out of breath. But it went really well. Makes me feel really good. I really want to try to place at that 5K in October, so went good. Tuesday was just a strength training day. Did Peloton. Wednesday I did hills. Blech. But it felt like it went pretty good too. Thursday, another strength training day. And then Friday, I did just 2 easy miles with chorus pickups, I like to call them. I listen to music and whenever the chorus comes, I pick up the speed a little bit for the chorus. And now we're out here today, doing 9 miles. So Heather Jergensen on Runners Without Limits on their YouTube channel, a couple of videos back, did the #MyRun questions, and I was like, oh, it's a good idea, and I have really nothing else to talk about this week. So, first question, I pulled up. Why do you run? Well, you know, I was thinking about the answer. First thing that came to my head is really how I started running, which is the question, why I run. Which, by the way, I started running because of my kids and my sister. But why I run, I like the feeling of accomplishment when I set a goal and then I achieve it. And we already discussed what happens when I set goals and don't achieve them. And it's healthy, makes me feel good. And at this point, you know, if I don't run on a particular day, my day doesn't feel complete. So yeah, I think it's just really probably the feeling of accomplishment is probably the main thing for me. You know, I was a competitive gymnast growing up, and I loved competing. So getting to go to a race like the 5K that I'm really hoping to place in, you know, it'll be good. That's what I like about it. Alright, I'm almost at the top of this hill. I also forgot to mention that I'm testing out my socks because when I did my costume tests, however many weeks ago, I forgot to test out the particular socks I got for Tinkerbell and Goofy, so I'm testing out Goofy today. Alright, next question. What piece of advice would you give another runner? Oh, there's so many. Don't ever trust the first mile. It's just your warm-up. And speaking of that, something that I learned from my kids, and it really was helpful by the last few races that I was actually racing, really do a good warm-up. I always thought it was funny before my kids' cross-country races, they would run at least half a mile before their race. I'm like, doesn't that make your legs tired? But they're running super easy, and it's just to get your heart, go ahead and get your heart rate up a little bit so that first mile you can keep up a good pace, because you know you're running to win those cross-country races. All right, what else? Don't ever listen to people that say you aren't a runner. And even if you are just a walker, still doing better than people just sitting on the couch. And there's so many great things that you can accomplish with just walking. I've seen so many deer this morning, and I really hope you can see that. It's one of our little local fawns over there. Oh, is this the twins? Or is that the mom? I can't tell. Oh, no, it's the twins. There they go. They're so cute. This is gonna be a really slow night, Miles. I didn't sleep very well last night. My legs are tired from all the stuff I did this week. I need to stop making them so sore on long mile weeks. Anyway, the next question is, what was your first running event? Well, obviously I did all like little kiddie runs when I was younger, but 2017 was when I started running, and I did a virtual puppy run 5K with my puppy and my dad. My first live 5K, see, that was July. So August and then September. So Labor Day, September 2017, I did a Labor Day 5K with my dad, and the rest is history. It's fun to, I have a bib album, and I write my times for my races on my bibs, put them in the bib album, and you'll see that here because I'm gonna show this first couple. But it's funny to look back at my times then and see how far I've come. So that'd be a good piece of advice for a runner. Go back to that other question. Even if you're displeased with a race, keep track of that time, because you put in the work, you'll continue to improve no matter what. Next question. What was your most ambitious, achievable running goal? I'm gonna give you two because this is my show. When I was training for Princess, I wanted to run the half distance for time, and my goal was either 2:20 or 2:30, I can't remember now. And actually did it in 2 hours and 7 minutes, which I think I was just having a really good day that day. So, but my upcoming goal is for the 26-mile run on our training plan. Just to add that point too and make it a marathon. I'm gonna try to do it in 5.5 hours. I feel like that's achievable. It's ambitious because I'm the girl who hated running up until 2017. So stay tuned to see how that goes in however many weeks that is. Still that right? It's like what? 17 weeks? 16? I have no idea. Okay, we're at 4 miles. Almost halfway done with this 9-mile run. I think there's one more question. Steer stared me down. Alright, so every 5 miles or an hour, whichever happens first, which today it's an hour because I'm going slow, I take my nutrition, and I've been playing around with vanilla honey stingers, little mini waffles. They're so good. Alright, the last question is, what is your dream running event? Well, really, it's marathon weekend. I'm so looking forward to it. And hopefully, accomplishing my goal, completing the challenge, all that. But beyond marathon weekend, I really want to do any of the national park races. I love national parks. I would love to do a run. Oh, little salamander. I would love to do a run in Hawaii. They have the 7-mile bridge run in the Keys that I do have plans to go to with a friend. They also have a relay they do in the Keys that I also have plans to do with a friend sometime in the future. So those are some of my bucket list races. Oh, I have a whole list on my phone. Cherry Blossom, 10-miler in DC. I used to live there, so it's nostalgic for me. So there you are. I'll post these questions in the description in case you would like to participate in the hashtag #MyRun questions. Thank you, Heather, for putting that in a video and giving me something to talk about mine, because I had nothing else to talk about this week. All right, just over 5 miles done, so I'm gonna put little Osmo down because he's slowing down my pace. get this 9 miles done.
9 miles done, and my little puppy Sadie is not really sure what's happening with this tripod situation. I'm afraid she's gonna hit it. The last mile, my legs got super heavy, and one of my calf muscles started to, oh, sorry, that was her hitting the tripod. It wanted to cramp, so I know I didn't drink nearly enough water, you know, yesterday leading up to the run today, but I got it done, and I really got to get on my hydration game. So I'm just glad that 9 miles is out of the way, and now I get to look forward to it ever so steadily increasing over the next little while. So our MEB lesson for this week is his 7th marathon was the 2006 Boston Marathon in April. The key lesson: the marathon is a metaphor for life and how it rewards patience. And so basically for him, it was that he was feeling really good that day and went out way too fast for that course. And you know, he came in 3rd and was very close to his PR. But he still says that, you know, the lesson that he learned was that for that particular course, you gotta realize that the back half of it is a lot of hills. So you gotta, even if you're feeling good right there at the beginning, you gotta save a little bit for the end. And he says somewhere in here that you usually learn more from setbacks. And I think that we can all admit that that's probably true. And I wanted to read this last little bit that he says in here because it was so good. One way the marathon is different from other races is that its lessons often have parallels in the rest of life. The patience needed to master the marathon is transferable skill. Taking the long view, putting in the unglamorous daily work, finding joy in the process, saving something for the inevitable challenges. These traits have helped me be a better husband, father, brother, and friend. The greatest rewards I've felt from all those roles in my life have come over the long term, not through immediate payoff. And I just absolutely love that, especially the finding joy in the process. You know, even in this training, we still have, you know, this is week 8, so this is a 28-week plan. We still got 20 weeks to go. You know, finding joy in knowing what's coming, even though those long miles for me, pretty much from this point on, actually it was pretty much from the 7-mile run on, I'm going to be nervous before every long run because we're very quickly getting to where I've never run this far before. You know, once we pass 13 miles, I mean, it's all unknown territory. It's a little scary for me, but I know I have awesome friends that will come alongside me and train with me, and I have these people that have been sharing my journey with me and commenting. You know, it's so much fun to get to watch y'all's journeys and, you know, just share the experience. But even beyond that in life, it's a hard thing to do to find the joy, because I truly believe that joy is a choice. You choose to find that joy in things that are happening, and I think I may have mentioned a little bit of it on here on previous videos, but I mean, this has been a season for our family, mostly with, you know, we're a small business family. You know, my husband owns a small business, and it's been a season, and he has been dealing with so much, and I try to do my best to support him in any way that I can, but it's been hard, you know, so mostly for him, but he is a good example of finding joy and not letting bad things that happen get you down, and just muddling through it and getting back to that mountaintop, because you have those valleys, but mountaintops are coming. You know, it's all this. That's what life is. But it, of course, may come as a shock to no one, this particular Bible verse, if you have any way of thinking like me. It made me think of the verse in James chapter 1, verses 2 through 4. And I love this little grouping of verses. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. And, you know, to circle back around to the MEB lesson of patience, none of that is immediate. Life is long for most of us. And we are always continually growing. We will never stop growing in our faith, growing in this life until we are no longer here and meeting our Creator. Then we'll be complete. Until then, it is all a growing process, and it can be long, but that patience can bring great rewards, like Neb said. So it's a good one this week. So just to throw this in, I'm trying to catch up on the movies, my 90s movies. So I was cleaning the house as we're gonna have company this afternoon. So I had it on in the background. I watched 3 yesterday. I watched Hocus Pocus, love. I don't know why. I know it's not some people's thing, but I find that movie makes me smile. I think it's funny. I think the ladies that play the witches are funny. I love when they do the I Put a Spell on You song. It's, you know, I just love it. And then I watched, D2 Mighty Ducks. I think that one, I wasn't paying too much attention because I was doing chores. That one, I like the Mighty Ducks movies, but they're not, you know, my favorite out of these groupings of 90s movies. But, so D2 Mighty Ducks, and then I finished with Lion King, and I find Lion King funny because, and it was the cartoon Lion King, of course. But my little dog Scout will sometimes watch TV, but he will bark at the lions. It's really funny. So that's definitely a classic from my childhood is Lion King. And I was, when I was old enough to know what Liking Boys was, Jonathan Taylor Thomas was one of my childhood crushes. So there's our update for the 90s movies. We got some really good ones coming up in the next couple of weeks. So that'll be fun maybe I can get my family to watch some of them with me. So I hope everyone's training is going well. I hope everyone's good. Be sure to give this video a like, comment, let me know how your training's going. I love to hear stories. How did your 9 miles go? Mine was a little rough, but we got it done. Be sure to subscribe. I know I said I was going on a trip. We were supposed to go to Florida, but because of business stuff that's been going on, we are not being able to go to Florida. So I gotta come up with something interesting to do next week. Oh, I know what I'm doing next week. This next week, apparently, is World Princess Week or something for Disney. So I'm going to dive into some of my favorite princesses, I think. I'll make it fun because it's a, you know, a low mileage week, and so last time it was Milkshake Mile. This time it'll be Princess Week. So be sure to subscribe and see what kind of shenanigans I can come up with for next week. Always remember that you are God's masterpiece, and I'll see you then. Bye!